Do you suffer with chronic back pain? Then you're in the right place because I have 7 exercises to help relieve back pain naturally.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm Coach Tonya here at Criticalbench and welcome. Do you suffer with chronic back pain? I, for one, do. For those of you that maybe it's your first time seeing me on a video here, I have Spina Bifida and I have degenerative disc. So I have a lot of back pain a lot of the time, but I manage it really well, particularly by taking care of myself. So in this exercise, I'm going to take you through 7. I have actually 7. I had 5 to start, but then I added some extras. So I've got 7 exercises that you can do throughout your day or a couple times a week that can really help relieve a lot of your back pain. But a few things before we get started. I need to show them my knees. I've been filming all day on this turf, and look, I just realized how dirty my knees look. Isn't that awful? I've got dirty knees. And of course, I've got paint on my knees. Clearly, I didn't come all that well prepped to do videos today. And we need to take note of the curls because we're in Florida. It is super humid in here right now. There's no AC in our gym. And I'm just really wondering just how much bigger by the end of the video this is all gonna be. So anyways, I've squirreled there. So let's get back to the exercises. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you through the exercises, give you a few tips, give you some ideas as far as, how long you want to hold these ideas of reps and how you want to do it. But you want to keep in mind that you do what you can with where you're at. If your back pain is really severe, I do recommend you always talk to your doctor or your physio or a chiropractor, whomever is giving you any sort of exercise therapy / treatment right now. Talk to them first before starting anything new because we don't want to irritate anything that's in a rehabilitative process, all right? So always check those things first, but start at where you're at. And then you can build up from there. Now again, these are exercises, you can do all of them. You can do them all at once. You can do them once a day. You can do them a couple times a day. You can pick the ones you like and do them a couple times a week and switch it up. There's really no exact best way or right way to do it. The idea is that you do them and you do them at your own pace to gradually help reduce and relieve a lot of your back pain. Now, as you're working through these, I want you to take note of how you feel about them, how do you like them, and make comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of them. And this also reminds me that we have a free resource that I would love to send you. So in that pinned comment below is a link for our 3 best ways to improve your posture. And these are just little tweaks that you can make in your day to really reduce a lot of pressure and pain on your spine, help improve your posture, stand straighter, stand taller, feel better. So if you would like that, I would love to give it to you. Click that link and I can email that to you right away. The first exercise or movement, we'll call these movements. The first movement I want to show you is just a flat back hold, and it probably will look relatively ineffective. However, quite the opposite is true. So you want to get on the floor. Now I've got this battery pack that always gets in the way. All right. So you want to get on the floor, and all we're doing is knees bent, feet solid on the floor. I don't know how well you'll see it, so I'm going to talk through it. Think of taking your belly button and pushing it down to the floor, and at the same time kind of tucking your tailbone under and squeezing and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, and do that again. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So really squeeze, pull that belly button towards your spine, tuck that tailbone under, hold and squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Now, I would say if you're new to the exercise and depending on your pain level or what your mobility is like, because for some people, that small bit of movement is a lot for them, okay? Start with 5, holding for 5 seconds, but do that 5 times, okay? And then move on to the next one, which any of you yogis out there, people who love yoga, you're gonna be familiar with this, and this one does feel really good. It is the basic cat-cow. Okay, so you want to get on hands and knees, make sure that your hands are directly below your shoulders, your back is flat, hopefully mine is. Is my back flat? Okay, good. So you want to start, we call this neutral, okay? Now part of what I do want to say about neutral position is this is not necessarily neutral, because you see what happens the minute I do that? The minute I lift up my chin, my back just kind of goes into a sway. A slight one, but it's It does move. Same thing if I look down. Now I've got that arch, okay? So neutral is flat and straight. And at this point in neutral, really think about keeping your core tight. Don't just sag and don't do any of that. None of that's good, okay? So we're nice, we're in a strong tabletop. This is called tabletop position. And we're gonna go into cow, which is we're gonna curve that spine, but it's intentional. We don't just drop it, okay? This is an intentional curving that spine. Lift the chin up, hold for a few seconds, keep breathing, and then going into cat. Did I say cow? This is cow. Going into cat, come up, same thing. Think of rolling up from your tailbone, up through your lumbar, your cervical, and there, and hold that, dropping the chin to the chest, and then come back to neutral. A nice strong neutral position. Let's do that again. So again, going from the tailbone first, just intentionally go into your cow, lift your chin, hold. And let's go into cat, starting at the tailbone, curling up, creating that nice strong arch, dropping the chin to chest, and hold. Okay, and again, you want to move through that slowly. Think of rolling through each vertebrae one at a time. So it's an intentional movement. We're not just dropping and, we're not just doing this. Okay, that's not movement. That's grooving kind of in a really bad way. So it's a very intentional movement. Again, slowly move through that. Start with 5, like 5 cat-cows. And if you feel really good doing that and you want to do some more, again, like there's really no right or wrong way to do it. It's about doing them intentionally and having good form. And for some of you that maybe have a little more intense back pain, that'll probably feel really good. So you may want to do a few more repetitions of that one, okay? All right, the next exercise is bird dogs. These are great. I love these because they're kind of easy hard. It doesn't require a lot of movement, but it does require some coordination, and that is something I'm lacking. So we're gonna get back into this tabletop position. So our hands, palms are underneath our shoulders. Our back is straight, neutral. So the chin is like we're kind of looking ahead a little bit down. Chin isn't up or down. All right, we're just looking just a little bit ahead of ourselves. So for bird dog, we're gonna lift opposite arm to leg, and we're gonna hold a nice, strong, flat, straight position. Now, if you can do both right away, then you can go right into it. If you've never done bird dogs before, and it can feel a little awkward, okay? You might want to start with one hand, now lift the opposite leg and hold that nice and strong, and activate those core muscles, okay? Because we're really working on spinal health here. So hold that for like 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Same thing on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll do another round of those. Hold nice and tight. Keep that head neutral. And lower. And one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that is great for your core stabilizing muscles. Great for supporting your spine. Just keeping all of this strong and healthy. Again, depending where you're at and how you're feeling with your back pain and your back health, how many reps you do total is really up to you. I would say start with like 4 or 6 because you want to keep it equal. So if you end up doing 3 on your right side, you want to make sure you do 3 on the left side, and work your way up to maybe 10 of those. You can also, if you'd rather, or as well as, increase the time of the hold. So you might start with a 5-second hold, and then you may want to work up to 8 seconds to 10 seconds. So you can play with the time and the reps just to, just give you more of a workout, really, more of a spinal workout, more of a back workout, okay? Next one is our Tspine Twist. So how do I want to, this is feeling so much better than the grass, by the way. So for our Tspine Twist, I'm going back to that tabletop position. So by now we should all be really good at that. All right. So again, hands under the shoulders. Okay. And what we're going to do is take one arm, and I call this the chicken wing. So you put one hand on your head, and we're going to slowly turn and twist as much as we can open up. Now I'm really tight because a lot of my back pain is lower, so I'm very tight in this area. So you want to twist and up as much as you can, opening the chest area, twisting that spine, but keeping everything straight. And look up. And then we're going to lower, and we're going to bring this elbow down to our palm. And we're going to do this a few more times. Hold, come down. And come down. Okay, let's try that on the other side. You probably will find, yeah, I even have less range of motion on this side. You might find that one side you don't have quite the same range of motion or ability to open up as much. And that's just due to muscle imbalances, injuries, lots of things can cause that. Me probably sitting at a computer for hours on end doesn't help. And lower. Back to our tabletop and back. So again, slow. These movements are intentional. They're meant to be intentional. You're not to race through them. This isn't like a workout that you have to get done, and this isn't a timed workout. This isn't a circuit. These are movements to help support better back health and to help reduce your pain. So we're really trying to strengthen these core muscles. We're also trying to open up all of this to increase your range of motion, to get some flexibility, some mobility, so you start to feel better. Next is bent knee heel taps. So do it this way. So we get to go down on the ground again. And again, in this position, think of, like right now, probably because of my top you can't see, but I got a bit of an arch, just a natural arch in my back when I lay like this. So I want to push my back flat to the floor. And one way to be really aware of that and to maintain that is to, again, think of either pulling your belly button towards your spine or something pulling your belly button towards the floor. If you have that mindset, it's a lot easier to maintain that while you're moving through what I'm going to show you. So knees bent at 90 degrees. Now this is very slow because this requires some core strength, okay? Your back is going to love you for this. Hands flat. And just slowly, keeping that belly button pulled towards the floor or towards your spine, slowly lower. Started to come up there on my back. Heel tap and up. And if you need a pause at the top, that's fine. Let's do that again. Tap, okay. Let's do that one more time. Lower. Okay, I gotta push that belly button down. God, I haven't done these in a while. Lower. Tap and up. For that one, it's probably the number of reps that you do or how much control you have in that motion. I do really suggest you want to work through that slowly, okay? But again, depending on how strong your core fitness is, like if you have a very strong core, you could probably crank out about 8 to 10 reps of that and be quite slow in that motion. If your core is weaker, maybe you've had an injury, maybe you're rehabilitating from illness or something, maybe you've been inactive for a while, you might hit 3 and that might be your limit. I'm going to challenge you to try to do 5, okay? But again, start where you're at, celebrate what you do, and the next time you aim for more, all right? Okay, so back in that same position, we're going to do a torso twist. This one also feels really good. This one's also a really good feedback movement to kind of show you, again, range of motion, where you're tighter, you know, where you might have some imbalances and stuff. So arms down by your side, knees bent. You might want to take arms out. Some of you may want to do this with your arms too. It doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable. This, okay? So knees bent at 90 degrees and slowly lower and twist to one side. And we're not going to stop. We're going to come to one side, trying to keep the shoulder on the ground as much as possible. Clearly, I'm not very good at it, but it's just a challenge. And then lift to center. Same thing on the other side. I'm not using my arms to brace myself. I'm just using all lower body strength here. And up. Okay, reset. Let's do that again. Slowly lower. And come up. And slowly lower again. Other side. And come up. You might find that easier to do one side than the other. You will probably find your shoulders come off the floor. That's okay. I'm not saying you have to keep your shoulders down, but try to, as best you can, when you twist, so if you're twisting to the left, trying to keep that right shoulder down. When you twist to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. It just helps to build greater strength in your spine and in those core muscles. But if your shoulder comes off the floor, that's okay. Just intentional, slow movements. Okay, last exercise or last movement I want to show you is really simple. We've all been doing this, I think, since we could stand. I'm just going to call it the elevator, and basically it's very slowly rolling down towards your toes and then very slowly rolling up. But this isn't touching your toes and coming up, because that is more of a hip hinge movement. If I just go touch my toes and then come up, I'm just moving from here down. What I want to do, and I'm going to move this out of the way. What I want you to think of doing, think of an elevator, how it goes down from one floor to the next, and it comes up from one floor to the next. So with the best control you can muster, okay, we're going to drop the chin. We're going to start with our cervical vertebrae here in our neck, and we're going to start to lower, trying to roll through, feel each vertebrae. Shoulders, we're getting into that upper body, slowly coming down. As far as you can. If you can touch your toes, great. If you can touch the floor, great. If you can come to here, fine. Go to where you work with where you're at. Now coming back up, same thing, but we're starting the tailbone. Okay, come up, scooping that tailbone under, feeling each vertebrae, rolling up. And lastly, bringing that head up. Let's do that one more time. Drop the chin. Lower down. And coming back up. Nice and slow. Keep that core tight as you're coming up. There, just like that. Hey, good work with those movements. Now remember, please leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think of those exercises, which ones you'd like, and if you would like some more. Also pay attention to that pinned comment down below here, because I would love to send you that free report, 3 best ways to improve your posture. These are just more tweaks, things you can do in your day to help improve posture, which is ultimately going to help reduce and alleviate a lot of your back pain. Because a lot of us, our back pain, while it can be caused by injury and other things, a lot of times it's just how we move or lack of movement during a day that's really putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on our spine. So that free report is awesome, and I would love to send that to you. Again, with these exercises, there's no really right or wrong way to do them. The best thing is to start where you're at, celebrate your successes, and do them as often as you like to help really reduce that back pain that you are living with that you shouldn't have to. I'm Coach Tonya with Criticalbench. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscription button and that notification bell so you never miss any of our great video content. And I'll see you soon.